I'm here at Pearl and McDill, where one of the many stormwater improvement projects taking place throughout our city is being constructed. Last year, we embarked on the city's first 5-year plan for improving our stormwater system, and we are making progress on long-standing drainage and flood problems that have existed in our neighborhoods for decades. It is the responsibility of city government to make sure the decisions we make each day make Tampa a better place to live. As I stand at this construction site, I am proud that this year's budget reflects a commitment to the basics. This budget continues a commitment made when I first took office to invest in neighborhoods, tackle long-standing problems, and focus on those details that make for a quality city. The City of Tampa's fiscal year runs from October the 1st through September 30th. And for fiscal year 2007, Tampa's budget is $728 million. This dollar amount is made up of property taxes as well as other revenue sources, including electric franchise fees, sales taxes, utility taxes, and enterprise funds. For the 18th year in a row, there will be no increase in your millage property tax rate. The city has 4 enterprise funds that provide basic services: solid waste, water, wastewater, and parking. Enterprise funds, like a business, operate solely on the revenue they receive from users. There will be no rate increases for any of these funds this year. Perhaps one of the most fundamental characteristics of a quality city is the safety of its residents, which is why public safety continues to be our #1 priority. Police officers and firefighters work hard to ensure the safety of both residents and visitors. And each year through the budget process, we work to provide them with tools they need to get the job done. Through more aggressive community policing efforts, Tampa is becoming a safer city. Officers are continuing to reduce crime in our community. In 2005, their efforts resulted in a dramatic 16.8% drop in our city's overall crime rate, taking us to our lowest rate in nearly 30 years. With continued growth, New Tampa will see 2 additional police sergeants, and District 3 in East Tampa will receive over $1 million for furnishings and communications, with construction of the new facility expected to be complete by summer of 2007. Our ongoing commitment to Tampa Fire Rescue will continue with 7 additional firefighters for the department. This year, there will be additional life safety improvements at fire stations throughout our city. Station 9 in West Tampa will receive 9 new rescue personnel as we continue to address the need for additional rescue teams to better serve you. We will also begin roof replacement, flooring, and painting programs through the use of the community investment tax revenue. The CIT will also allow us to fund 2 new fire stations and 2 replacement stations over the next 5 years. A commitment to the basics means we must focus on ensuring we continue to provide quality parks and recreation opportunities throughout our city. The recommended budget calls for 5 full-time additional parks and recreation employees, and for renovations and improvements to pools, playgrounds, multi-purpose courts, trails, and centers. This coming year promises to be busy as we embark on major projects. Using the community investment tax revenue, the Bayshore Balustrade will be refurbished. Spring Hill Park and Community Center in Sulphur Springs will be designed, and the construction of the new Tampa Community Center will begin. Working in partnership with involved citizens, Freedom Playground at McFarland Park, a long overdue playground designed specifically for children with disabilities, will be constructed. The pier and boat ramp at Ballast Point will undergo extensive reconstruction. These investments, as well as others throughout our city, will enhance an already strong and diverse parks and recreation program. Our Investing in Neighborhoods program continues to receive an increase in funding, this year by an additional 13% to $6.2 million. These resources are essential to maintaining our neighborhoods. They reflect work done on signage, street resurfacing, traffic calming devices, and sidewalks. There exists a huge backlog of these needs, but we are committed to increasing funds in this area every year. Additionally, over $2 million will be invested in countdown pedestrian signals, traffic signal upgrading, signal installation, the design work for bridge upgrades, and minor intersection improvements. Construction costs have soared over the past several years. Every road project we undertake has exceeded our estimate. It is a challenge not just for our city, but for government at all levels to deal with the extraordinary increases in concrete, steel, and asphalt. In spite of increased costs, the long-awaited 40th Street Bridge segment will soon break ground. As construction takes place to widen Cross Creek Boulevard, the city will direct dollars towards the preliminary planning for the second phase of the road widening project. The revitalization of East Tampa is a major focus for city government. This year, tax increment financing revenue for the area has increased by more than 100%, generating approximately $5.4 million for reinvestment in the community. Over $1.2 million will go towards neighborhood improvement projects, including sidewalks, speed tables, fencing, lighting, landscaping, and street paving. Revenue will be invested in a program to help seniors and low-income individuals rehabilitate their homes. 2 stormwater retention ponds will be converted to community lakes, featuring walking trails, picnic areas, and enhanced landscaping. And the East Tampa Litter Control and Environmental Cleanup Program will continue. Downtown Tampa continues to transform into a residential community, and it is our responsibility to make the streets more pedestrian-friendly. Following on the success of the conversion of Madison Street from a one-way to a two-way street, we will invest nearly $1 million from downtown tax increment financing to convert Twig Street to two-way traffic with enhanced crosswalks, signage, and landscaping. Last year, for the first time in Tampa's history, the city embarked on a 5-year plan to address long-neglected flooding and drainage issues. Work is either underway or has been completed on 19 projects. During fiscal year 2007, stormwater improvements will be made to a number of areas throughout our city, such as Drew Park, Temple Crest at 46th Street and River Hills Drive, and the North Tampa community at Lantana Avenue and Holland Avenue. Design is underway for the Del Mabry Highway project from Neptune Street to Henderson Boulevard, a huge undertaking and a significant problem for decades. Additionally, the department is dedicated to the protection of the Hillsborough River and will look to expand our sediment filtration device program, which works to protect the river's water quality. Strengthening our commitment to the basics requires that we pay close attention to wastewater and water. Last fiscal year, working with Tampa City Council, we adopted a plan that began the process of replacing aging water and wastewater pipes. A recent wastewater bond issue devotes millions to pipe replacement, critical improvements that must be made. Over the last 2 years, hurricanes have significantly impacted communities throughout Florida and throughout parts of our nation. Given the threat that hurricanes pose to our community, the city began a new emergency reserve policy in fiscal year 2006, establishing an emergency reserve goal of $15 million. Last year, we dedicated $3 million, and this year we are increasing this reserve by $5 million for a total of $8 million. Throughout the year, I meet and discuss priorities with citizens and the members of Tampa City Council to determine the most critical needs of our community. By working together, I am able to put forth a recommended budget that reflects their inputs. Now, Tampa City Council has begun the review process and will receive citizen input during 2 public hearings scheduled for September the 14th and September the 28th at 5 p.m. in City Council chambers located on the 3rd floor of City Hall. Since I've been mayor, you've told me that you want quality basic services and projects that improve neighborhoods. This budget reflects our commitment to you, a commitment to the basics, a commitment to improve our great city by building and maintaining a strong foundation.